Mr. Victor. Now I'm gonna send you the easy speaking test and you send it to the group. Part 1. Answer the question with your own ideas. 1. Tell me something that is fun. Playing a tag with my brother is fun. Number 2. Tell me something that is easy. Drawing is easy. Number 3. Tell me something that is difficult. Riding a 2-wheel bike is difficult. 4. Tell me something that is boring. Waiting is boring. 5. Tell me something that is great. Cooking with my mom is great. 6. Tell me something that is scary. Seeing a fire is scary. Part 2. Tell me about a fairy tale that you like. Tell me the title and tell me what happens in the fairy tale. The story that I'm going to tell you, it's called The Little Mermaid. And the title is also The Little Mermaid. Once upon a time, under the sea, there was a big kingdom. There lived a wise man that is the king of the sea, and his mother, and his 3 little daughters that are really beautiful and kind. The youngest daughter is called Ariel, and they call her the Little Mermaid. The youngest daughter wanted to see the surface. What's happening? Humans. She wants to see humans. She wants to see the sky. She wants to see everything that wasn't underwater. So she decided to ask her father to see if she could see the surface and see what's going on. But the father refused and said, "No, it's too dangerous. People are really dangerous. So please don't go up." And the youngest daughter, the Little Mermaid, thinks, maybe my father's wrong. Maybe people are nice. So with the help of her friends, a big whale and a small dolphin, the whale helped the Little Mermaid, aka the youngest daughter, to go up and see everything what's going on. And she was surprised to see a large ship on the sea. It's like they're having a party. And then she just realized there was a prince. The prince was celebrating his birthday. Everybody was really happy. They were laughing. Fireworks was up in the sky. It was really beautiful. And she decided to swam closer to see what was happening. And then the bad witch was the king's sister and saw what was happening. So she decided to make a big storm. The waves was higher and the ship was sinking. That was really bad. And then the prince was falling to the sea and he was drowning. But the Little Mermaid swam really fast to save the prince. And she did it. She grabbed his arm and swam really high to the land. So she put him in on the land and sing her beautiful voice to the prince, and then he woke up. But then the Little Mermaid just realized she was on land. So she jumped back into the sea. And then the prince woke up and saw nothing. And then the king on the land ran to his son, the prince, and asked, "What happened?" And then the prince said, "Someone saved me, but I didn't know her name. And she was really fast, so I couldn't even see her face too." So the king just went out and just took his son, the prince. So the little mermaid swam back down really fast and decided that she wanted to go back on land. Not on land, just on the surface to see what was happening again. But then the king just swam there and saw her and said, "Where were you?" And said he was really worried. I was really worried. And then the little mermaid said that she saw there was a prince drowning. And then the king didn't believe her. So she just said, "Please don't go back up. I already warned you, and don't go back up." The second time, it was really, really dangerous. So please don't go back up, said the king. The king went back to the kingdom, and Ariel, the little mermaid, was really sad she couldn't go back up to the surface. But then she just think that she wanted to go back again, so that's what she did. But before that, she wanted to go on land to see the prince again, so she did the worst thing that she could have ever done. She go to the big, bad witch. And then she asked if she could have a potion to have legs, 2 legs. And the bad witch said, "Okay, but in return, you have to give me your voice, your beautiful voice." And she think, "What, my beautiful voice? And how could he hear me? How could the prince hear me?" But then she agreed. The little princess agreed because she wanted to meet him again. So the big, bad witch gave the little mermaid the potion to have 2 legs. So she drink. And then when she swam up to the surface, her legs, she didn't have any more. She doesn't have any tail. She doesn't have a tail anymore. She had 2 legs. So she swam up and went on land. And then the prince saw her and he said, "Did I ever meet you? I think I did, but I didn't know who you were." And then because the little mermaid couldn't talk, she did this, shake her head and did this. But because she couldn't talk, the little mermaid couldn't talk, so she only shook her head and said yes with her head. And then the prince said, the prince think that maybe this isn't the person who saved him. So he showed her his kingdom, and then the next 3 days, the prince married another woman. And then the little mermaid was really, really sad. But then she went to the sea because her legs will be back to a tail, a mermaid tail. But before that, her family came up, her 2 sisters and her grandmother and her father. And the father said, "I warned you, but I guess you really didn't listen to me because you wanted to meet him so bad. So I came here with your 2 sisters and my mom to save you and bring back your voice, your beautiful voice, and you could remember all of us again. And then the Little Mermaid was really, really happy. So the grandmother, the king's mom gave her a little shell, like a shell. And then her voice came back to her. And she was really happy and said, "Thank you so much, family. I love you so, so much." And then the Little Mermaid swam to the ship and sang her beautiful voice. And the prince was really happy to meet her again. He ran as fast as he could, jumped into the sea and saw her, and he said, "Wow, it's really happy to meet you again. I thought your voice was gone." She said yes, because a big bad witch stole her voice. And then the prince canceled the party with the other woman and decided to marry and kiss the Little Mermaid Ariel. And they lived happily ever after. Oh, and she could stay on land, and her 2 legs were still there, and her family was really, 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 really happy. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you, Mr. Victor. Good night.